Well, first of all, how many of you here have modular mates already in your home? Fantastic. How many of you are going to have them in your home after this rally tonight? Everybody. And this is actually the best time for you to be organizing your kitchens, because when you put modular mates in your kitchen, you are going to fall in love with them, and you are going to be a more confident demonstrator for your business. Okay? Are we with me? Yes? Okay. Can I have everybody's attention? Just ready to go? Okay, perfect. So, first thing I always ask at the Tupperware party is I say, okay guys, tell me, Katie, is your shopping bill more than $100 every week?
Absolutely.
It is. Oh my God. How many of you here have at least a $100 shopping bill? Woo! Okay. Do I dare ask? 150? Woo! $200. Oh my God, I don't even want to, I'm scared. Anybody over $200, raise your hand every single week? Oh my God. Okay. It's amazing that we spend, on average, if you were doing around $200, you're looking at about $10,000 a year on groceries. Is that about a fair estimate? Do you know that is somebody's part-time job? Somebody could work an entire year at a part-time job just to pay their grocery bill. We know that it wouldn't take a whole year for somebody in Tupperware to make that kind of money to pay their grocery bill, right? Exactly. So, what we want people to understand is this, once they put their dry foods in their pantry, they are going to save money on that bill, because how many times do we bring home a box of crackers, cereal, and all of those kind of snacks for the kids, and you go to open them, and guess what? They're stale, okay? I did a party once for a host, I'll never forget it. And I organized her whole cupboard, and she says to me, I had the Cheerios were up on top of her refrigerator, and I said, what about your cereal? She goes, oh, just for the kids, they go through really quickly. And I said, really? Bring down the box of Cheerios. And she did, and I said, go ahead and try some of those Cheerios right now. She goes, oh, they taste like cardboard. I said, you're giving that to your 2-year-old. Just because you're putting it in a snack cup doesn't mean it's going to put the air back in and keep it fresh, okay? So you know what? She was like, oh my God. As soon as you open up that vacuum pack bag, you know, in those wheat thins or the cereals, air gets in immediately, and you know what? Your cupboards are not airtight. Dust mites are flying around those cupboards having a field day. So you want to make sure that you're going to get your crackers, your cookies, and all of those things right away, because we want our kids to have healthy snacks, not full of dust mites and all that gunk, okay? Then we're talking about our baking center. Oh my God, let's talk about, how many of you guys bake? And I always say, who has flour? Whether you bake once a week or once a month or once a year, you want to make sure that your flour is nice and fresh. And you all know that flour, as Bisquick and pancake mixes and anything grainy is going to fit right in here. And guess what? You're not going to have that little leftover bag wrapped in your cupboard, you know, with the rubber band around it, you know, getting all yucky all over the cupboard, right? So, you're going to put your bag of flour in here. You can seal it up, because this is airtight, moisture-proof, bug-proof. There is no other product anywhere in this continent, universe, or solar system that has airtight seals like the Tupperware Modular Mates. They have won awards worldwide for over 25, 30 years. And this was the product actually that got me into Tupperware 22 years ago when I went to my very first Tupperware party. So they're near and dear to my heart. So, you put your flour in here, and guess what? The next morning, either before or after your coffee, you're going to open up your seal, and you may find a little mealyworm right on top, because while you were sleeping at night, he was just swimming to the top, and he gets to the top, and he is dead. Because he's in Tupperware. See, if it was some other product from the store, I won't mention any names, he'd be alive, and he'd have all his friends with him waving. But you know what? This one's dead, okay? So you can just go, oh my God, I'm going to throw it all away. Don't do that. Just take a little scoop and just scoop it out, and there's nothing left behind. Of course, my husband always says, well, it's a little protein, big deal. You know, we've been eating it for years. A little crunch in your cereal. Go to Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. Okay. So, we got your flour, we've got your sugar. 5 pounds of flour, 5 pounds of sugar. We're starting to organize our baking center, okay? Then we take our super ovals, because notice how perfectly they fit on top. What a coincidence! Ah, look at that. Perfect, just like a little puzzle, all right? Easy to do. And in here we are going to put baking soda, brown sugar, powdered sugar, oatmeal, tea bags, coffee, any of those types of foods. So you are now starting to create a baking center for yourself. Everything is together, everything's in Tupperware, it's nice and neat. And I love the fact that we've always bragged about this clear window that you can see, because how many times do we go to the store and, you know, we're impulse shoppers, aren't we all? And, you know, there's a big stack of brown sugar on display, and we just grab it because it's on sale. And then we go home and we found 3 other boxes in the cabinet, right? And we're like, I don't need this extra brown sugar. Well, that wouldn't happen if you had them in modular mates, because you could just take a little perusal of your cupboard before going to the supermarket, a little inventory, and you'd be like, oh, my brown sugar's getting low. I guess I'll go buy some brown sugar today, okay? Or if it isn't, then you wouldn't. So these fit perfectly. And then, you know what? I love that they brought back the round 2s, because these are the absolute perfect size for the baking soda and the baking powder. And you know what? One thing you don't realize is, how many of you guys have baking soda in your refrigerator? Right? It's open. What's it doing? Absorbing the odors, which of course we have no odors because all our food's in Tupperware, but the standard people out there, you know. Well, now how many of us have like a box of baking soda in the cupboard? Like in the, you know, with all the spices? Yes? Open? What's it doing? Oh, absorbing the, you know, the garlic powder and the oregano, and you wonder why your chocolate cake tasted like oregano. Okay, so you know what you need to do? You need to be sure that your baking soda and your baking powder are in Tupperware, and you make sure that they're labeled, because you don't want to mix those up. And we are going to tell you how to get those labels as well. So what I have done is I have actually put together, which Tommy is going to pass out to you, 3 sets. Because you know what? You go to a Tupperware party and you sell this for $5. That's not going to help you make your goals this month, is it, huh? But what you want to do is you want to sell somebody on the concept. Because it's not about buying one modular mate like you'd buy one can opener. This is a system. This is a kitchen organization system. And once the customer understands that this is a system, because how many foods do we have in our cupboard? If you had to count, would you say more than 15? Would you say 20? 30? Easily, between all the pastas and the rices and the cookies and the crackers and the baking and this and that, at least 20 to 30 or more. Who thinks they have more than 30 foods? Exactly. So, Kay, do you think that one of these would be enough?
No, maybe about 400.
Exactly, right. So this is what I have put together as my baking center. All right, and I'm going to show you how I did the pricing and all of that. Then I have a second set that I put together, which I've called my snack or my pasta center. And what that is going to include is 2 rectangular ones, which I love because my kids' favorite, the double stuffer Oreos. Remember those, okay? The whole sleeve, all 3 sleeves fit in here, as do, you know, the chocolate chip cookies, all the Girl Scout cookies, pretzels, all of those fit perfectly in here. Love it. We also have the super oval ones. Then I'm going to also create, I'm going to put 2 super oval 2s on here, because we're going to be able to put some other kinds of crackers and cookies. I've got a super oval 4 for things like rice and pasta and saltines, 2 super oval 1s for things like nuts, chocolate chips, raisins, and super oval 3s for like your pancake mixes and your baking mixes. There's so many things, that macaronis and pastas and you name it. This is my pasta or snack center, okay? And then I put together a 3rd set, which is called my breakfast center. You'll see it all on the paper. So when you kind of give people an idea of not only what goes inside these different containers, but also how they could visualize them in their kitchen. Because if you just bring one of these and you go, flour, there it is, they're going to buy one. That's it. And you're not going to be maximizing the fact that this is a huge special for January. You need to get people hooked, because once they are hooked on modular mates, they will be coming back for more and more and more. Talk about resale customers. Oh my God. So, so this is my first set.